The NFL's 8K camera makes real life look like a video game. This is a very conflicting article for me because there's a lot of things wrong about it, but it's still kind of interesting. So if you click that video clip right there, this says the NFL in 8K is fire. And you go ahead and watch the clip, Will. Tell me what you think about it, how it makes you feel.
It does look like a video game. The shallow depth of field, something with it. It looks very surreal.
Would you say you like it?
Do I like it? I would like to see more of it.
Okay, I'll give you some more in a minute here.
I don't mind it.
Let me first just tell you it is not 8K. So people, for some reason, started just saying it was 8K because they thought it looked so amazing that it couldn't be 4K because they had seen broadcasts in 4K previously. But actually what you're looking at is just a much different camera from what would typically be used for TV. In fact, this is a camera that we're really familiar with and we use a lot, which is the Sony a7R IV.
Oh.
And they're now using it on the sideline with a gimbal, and they're actually, the maximum resolution of those cameras is 4K. And believe it or not, this part of the broadcast is only being broadcast in 1080p. So it's not a resolution thing that people are seeing that they think looks like a video game or they really like. It is actually what you mentioned, which is the shallow depth of field.
Yes.
The shallow depth of field, you're used to seeing it in films. You're used to seeing it all over YouTube. You never see it with sports, and it kind of messes with your mind a little bit.
That is true. Yeah, that's true.
So it's making people think that the image is so much better than it is, when in reality, it's just a blurry background and a really quick focus fall off. Now,
so they automatically assume it was 8K?
People were just started saying it's Fox's new handheld 8K camera, which was really just the Sony a7R IV. Now, a couple of things I should mention about this real quick. There's no fans in the crowd. And so one of the motivations to come with a more shallow depth of field may have been to diminish the impact of an empty audience.
Right.
Because you see how that worked, how you focus right in on the main person, but then the whole background is blurred.
Yes.
So you just don't even really pay attention to the fact that there's no fans there. Yeah. That could have been one of the motivations. The other one is cost. Considering everybody's trying to cut costs right now, this is a way cheaper and smaller setup than a traditional TV type of setup. This is an a7R IV. It's a few $1,000. And the gimbal's, I don't know, another 600 or something. If they're actually using the same gimbal we have as well, the new DJI Ronin, we have this setup.
Yeah.
And people saw it with football and colors, and they were like, wow. 8K and video games.
Amazing.
So anyway, if you scroll down, I'll give you one more example. Somebody already kind of debunked the 8K thing, and that's Brandon Costa on Twitter. And if you play this clip right here, you'll see that the actual game portion, I don't know if you can show this, if you're going to get, yeah, just show a little bit of it. Go to the end part. So the game portion looks normal, what you would expect. Now, if you go to the end portion, middle to end, maybe middle portion.
Feel load.
Little loading here. Yeah, it's the end zone celebration, actually, that really illustrates how they're using this thing in broadcast. Here you go. So same thing, shallow depth of field. A guy runs out, a cameraman with the gimbal and the Sony, which is a small mirrorless camera, by the way, and it gets this really intimate, shallow depth of field footage, and people end up going crazy for it on social media. They never saw guys in that fashion before, the athletes and things like this. So if you click on that guy's tweet, if you just back out and scroll down, he actually has a photo of the cameraman as well. Might have to maybe click on his profile because I know he posted it. Yeah. If you click on his actual tweet, it is in the thread.
Is it?
Yeah, click on the actual tweet. There you go. Now scroll. Never mind, Will. You missed it. There he is. Yeah, there he is. So that's what the guy looks
Cool.
like. It's a tiny little rig, a little monitor, and actually it's more cost effective than probably whatever the NFL was doing before. And it's wirelessly transmitting the video signal back from that Sony. There's something going on in his backpack, and it's sending it back to the production team in 1080p wirelessly, which is kind of a cool setup, but not 8K. Certainly not 8K. And it goes to show you, like, how advanced the consumer level stuff has gotten. That you bring a Sony in that so many YouTubers already use, and you bring it into the NFL, and it was like, that looks amazing. It's like, wait, you could have watched that thing on YouTube forever.
Well, that's creative.
Yeah,
Good for them.
nice little rig.